Get away from me. Gosh. Get away from me. Oh. Keep those in there. Hey guys, it's Kayla and I am back for this week's video to film a video I'm very excited about. This is my favorite type of makeup, something super cool right now, something I hold very dearly to my heart. It is contouring and highlighting, and I have a bunch of products laid out in front of me. These are all my favorite bronzing and like highlighting and contour products. And yeah, so I'm just gonna talk about them and then I'm gonna show you all my tips and tricks to contour and highlighting. I have a lot. I'm really passionate about it. I just did a face and makeup and like I put a layer of foundation on and then I just did like eyeshadow and mascara and like, can we talk about this eyeshadow for a minute? Like I just got a new Morphe palette and like look at these colors. Like I love the oranges, like all those like bronzy colors. Those are my favorite kind of colors. Key as to why I love contouring. This is super good if you're a beginner. I'm gonna completely talk about contouring, how to do it all, also highlighting like with concealer and with powder highlights. So everything you need to know will be in this video. So stay tuned and let's get into it. So first I just like want to talk about all my favorite products and like a bunch of products that I would recommend. So we're gonna start with concealers because that's kind of like the first step in the highlighting process. So I have two concealers I would recommend for like highlighting and like the whole like contouring process. So one's drugstore and one's high-end. The first one is high-end. This is the NARS Cream Concealer. I use this every time like I do a regular like full face of makeup. It is so like thick, but it's also like not too thick where you feel like it's really heavy. It gives you the perfect amount of coverage and it really is good at lightening and brightening, and it covers anything you need to cover, any dark circles. Even if you have like acne spots and you want to put it on there too, it's really good at covering that. So I love this when you're trying to highlight. You get it in a shade lighter than your skin tone. It's perfect for that. And then the next concealer I have is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. I have had this for so long, it's insane. Like I'm basically out of it because of how long I've had it, but this is great for highlighting. I look so weird because I don't have any bronzer on right now. Like I keep looking at myself in the viewfinder because I look so weird. I look like a ghost with like orange eyes. So just bear with me until I contour. The Maybelline Instant Age Rewind is one of my personal favorites for highlighting. So I would definitely still battling this. Staying alive. Staying alive. Staying alive. Staying alive, staying alive.
Staying alive, staying alive.
This is also like a lighter coverage, so it's good if you don't want like something super thick. Moving on to set that, that's the next most important step. This is called baking, folks. This is like that infamous baking that like no one really knows what it is, but people just kind of do it. So after you put the concealer on, you dab a bunch of this white fluffy translucent powder under your eyes and you leave it on there for about like 5 to 10 minutes, and that like further lightens the concealer you just put on and it like sets it so it doesn't crease. And this is my favorite high-end version of that. This is the Laura Mercier translucent powder. Best translucent powder out there. I love this. It's really good at setting concealer. It's really good to bake with. If you want a drugstore version of that, this is the NYC translucent powder. I used this for so long. It's really good dupe for the Laura Mercier one. I'm not even sure if they still make this because I'm literally like basically out of it. That's why I bought this one in the first place. But it's a really good dupe. So I would recommend this if you're looking for something similar. It's called Smooth Skin Loose Face Powder. Moving on to the actual bronzing. Now, to make us no longer look like a ghost, we are going to go in first with a cream bronzer. I recently got this. This is the Hoola Quickie Contour Stick. Benefit recently came out with this. This is amazing. It's this beautiful brown color, like their Hoola bronzer, but like in a cream version. It literally makes you look like you just got a fake tan. Like, I really love this color. It's so natural. It makes you look so like airbrushed, like perfect tan. You contour that in the same spots you would normally contour with. It's really great to do a cream contour and then a powder contour because it really gives you more of that like natural bronzy look. So I really would recommend this cream contour stick. I love this. Going in with powder contours, I have a lot of different options because I love powder contours. If you want to invest in a palette, these are my two palettes I would recommend. I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit. This is like a famous one that everyone has. This is like the light to medium. It looks like this. This is a little drastic though, is what I've noticed. Like, it doesn't blend out as easily as my Tarteist contour kit, which I really do love. And also what I love about this is it has a blush shade in it, and like Tarte makes the best blushes. So I really love that. I'm not a big fan of the highlights in this. Like, I don't really think they highlight. They're not like shimmery, and like I like shimmery highlights. But these two contour shades are so nice. The lighter one is more natural. The darker one gives you more of that like cut, like, I don't know what that's called, like that cut crease, whatever that's called. You can like blend it out really easily, and this one is a little bit harder to blend out, like especially when you go in with like these two shades on the side. Those are definitely like the darker one here, but they are harder to blend out. I say if you're a beginner, try with something a little like softer on the hand like this. Like, if you pick it up, like you won't have as much of a drastic change. The middle shade is like the lighter shade, so you won't like notice like that happen as frequently. I'm not a super big fan of these highlights. Like, I'll show you the highlights I use later on, but they're there if you want to use them. If you want an individual bronzer, like you don't want to get the whole kit, Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer all the way. Best bronzer ever. I've hit pan, folks. That's when you know it's real. This bronzer is so good. I've had this for like a year now. It is my go-to. It makes you look so naturally bronze, not like gross muddy tan. Like, it just makes you look so like fresh and like dewy. If you want to dupe for this, NYC does make great bronzers. Like, they're known for making really good bronzer dupes. This bronzer color is really similar to the Chocolate Soleil bronzer. Obviously it's like not the same, but it's like pretty good. And it doesn't blend as well for sure, but it's like a similar shade. It's called the Sun to Sun bronzing powder. This is like a duo, so you get this like other highlight shade. I'm not a fan of this highlight shade at all. I think it's really yellow toned, which like I don't like. I like white or like pink highlight shade. Moving on to highlights, these two are great options. I have been using this highlight as my day one. This is the first highlight I ever purchased. This is the Sephora Stardust Baked Illuminizer highlight, and I purchased this when I like barely even knew what highlight was, so I pretty much just got lucky. It's such like a nice white shimmery color. Whenever I wear this highlight, people are like, what highlight are you wearing? Like, little do they know it's from Sephora collection. This is a really great highlight. If you don't want something too drastic, like it's really natural. It really just looks like you're going from within. Like, I love those kind of highlights because I don't like that like super like pop, wow, glow, but like I like it to like seem like there's still something there. So this is one of my favorites. If you want something a little more drastic, this is the MAC Soft and Gentle. I really like this. This is my friend's. I've used it before. I've used this a lot actually because a lot of people I know have this. This is more of like a pink one. That's more of a white one. Both are like my favorites because I like pinks and white highlights. That wasn't English. I'm talking really fast. I don't really know what I'm saying. But this is a pink highlight too, so I like those both color bases, so both are really good. This is a nice pop of color, but it's not too drastic again where you're like, whoa, you're wearing a lot of highlight, girl. It's pretty good. if you apply it with like a nice fan brush, like this, like you'll get a nice little glow. When I'm highlighting and contouring, this is why I use the Mario Badescu spray, because it just finishes off like these kinds of products so nicely, and it really just like accentuates the dewy look. So I love to spray this afterwards. Get a nice little spritz. So without further ado, let me get into this look and show you how to use these products. Okay, so first, starting off, I want to start with my concealer. So I want to apply this in like a V shape underneath my eyes. You could either do dots or a V. I like to do dots in a V formation because I don't like anything like too heavy. And then I like to highlight on my nose and right in between my eyebrows right there. So those are kind of like all the places you want to highlight with your concealer. You can do a little on your chin too if you want to get fancy. I just blend this all out with my beauty blender. I want to take my Laura Mercier translucent powder and just drop my little beauty blender into this little pit of fun. I don't know what I am saying. Kind of dab it under my eye, and you'll see it's gonna get really white really quick. As if you thought I couldn't get any whiter. Here we go, folks. I don't like to put too much powder because I don't like to really pack it on because I don't like a lot of powder, but just enough to bake a little bit. You don't want to bake too much because you don't want like a lot of like backflash or whatever that's called. Like you see when people take pictures with flash and they have like the white circles under their eyes. That's because they bake too much. Just enough to get enough lightness and set all your concealer. Wow, this is baking in the kitchen like a nice little pot pie. I'm such a freak. We are going to get into cream contour. Yes, that was really loud in my own face. Cream contour is my favorite thing. Okay. So you want to make a nice little kissy face, and everywhere that you have those like little indents, you want to like accentuate that basically. So you want to do up, like aligning from your corner of your lip to like the top of your ear, and then you want to do on your forehead, right like on the tops. Bangs struggle. And then you want to do down your neck. You want to kind of like arch your neck and like see where your bones pop out. Now that you look like a freak, you just want to take your beauty blender and blend all this out. You want to blend it up into your hairline when you're blending on your forehead. And you want to blend up into your ear, kind of, when you're blending on your cheek area, whatever that's called. Good thing I don't know the body parts. The face structure. Why am I like illiterate? And then just blend down your neck, up along your jawline. It's time to wipe all the way away all the excess from your baking. So any like a white kind of powder that's left, you can just wipe it all off with a fluffy little brush. I'll take the Anastasia contour kit And I'm going to take a little angled contour brush. This is the kind of brush you want to use when you contour. It should be angled. This is called a contour brush. Welcome everyone. I'm going to take the middle lighter shade and just put this where we put our cream contour. Now I'm going to take this shade over here and just put this, focus it right next to like the top of my ear just to darken that a little bit. This is very pigmented, so you want to be careful. Okay, next, if you want to contour your nose a little, this is like not something I normally do, but I just want to like show you in case this is something you do want to do. So I'm going to start with the middle shade from the contour kit, and you want to kind of use like a little fluffy brush. And so first you want to start like right here where your eyebrows kind of like lean your nose. Where your eyebrows kind of like lead down to your like the tip of your nose. So you kind of just want to follow this little groove all the way down to the tip. And then you want to do that on both sides. So you're basically just highlighting like the little shadows that your nose kind of like naturally has and like darkening them a little. And then at the tip of your nose, I'm just going to take like the darker one. You kind of just want to like make a little circle. So it makes like the tip like appear smaller and more cute kind of. You kind of just want to like keep circling around it. And then yeah, that's basically a nose contour. I mean, that's like the gist of it. You can get like more seriously into it. I never really do this, but that's kind of like what people do generally if they're like gonna do it. So that's all for our contour. Next, moving on to highlight. I'm going to take MAC's Soft and Gentle and my little Morphe fan brush, and I'm just going to fan this little glow on. So we're going to start right above kind of our contour, like on the little highest point of your cheek. You want to do the same on the other side. Make sure you have like good lighting so you see kind of like how much glow you're putting on. And then you'd want to do the tip of your nose because that makes it really cute. And then like the bridge of your nose. And then your Cupid's bow. Those are kind of all like the main highlighting spots. Some people do like above their eyebrow, like right over here a little bit. And you could obviously do like the inner corners with your finger if you wanted to. And like your brow bone. But normally you would do this when you're like doing your eyeshadow. But I just forgot to, so let's just take care of this business now. And now I look like a bronzed human. What a world! This is the Glow Contour. You can kind of see like your face just looks more defined, more bronzed. You got a little glow going on. It's just overall better. That's why this is my favorite step of makeup. Can't forget! You just gotta spritz some of this on, and your skin becomes rejuvenated from all the powder and product you just put on it. So guys, that is all for this week's video. I really hope you enjoyed. I love making makeup videos. I haven't made one in a while, so this kind of like refreshed me and like got me excited about makeup again. I feel like I'm really close to the camera right now. I'm excited to make makeup videos again because I love doing makeup and I haven't made one in a while, so here I am making one. I will see you all next week in my next video. Make sure to follow all my social media down below as always, and I hope you all have an amazing day or night or whenever you're watching this. I love you all. Mwah. Bye. Glow up.